gotta fight. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome into another Getting Well with Terry and Friends free NHL picks. And today I am joined by Nicholas Earl at Earl Sports Bets. If you've never heard of him before, go give him a follow. His Twitter link will be in the description after the show is done. You can also find him and his brother on Earl Sports Bets here on YouTube. Not a big slate today. Only two games that we are going to be going over. After the show is done, I will be premiering my AHL, American Hockey League betting show. If you have no idea what the AHL is, it is the minor league to the NHL. So where most of the team's prospects for each team will play in the AHL. And looking at tonight's slate, most of the teams are minus 125, minus 115. Like there's not really any big favorites. One minus 140, one minus 135 in the whole slate. So bookmakers are not really paying attention to AHL, hoping to make some money there in the AHL. But this is the NHL show, and we do have two games to talk about here. Who? Yeah, I know. Who is that beside me?
I have not a clue.
What's up, Terry? I smashed the like. Thank you, Richie. You always do. And I will be talking about your Texas Stars. They're one of the games I'll be talking about on the AHL show. Akira Schmid. Yes, Akira Schmid. I'm pretty sure is confirmed. I have not.
I can only imagine. It was Vanacek last night.
Vegmelk is confirmed. Nobody's confirmed for New Jersey yet. But yeah, it would be surprising to see someone start a goalie both nights on a back-to-back in the beginning of the season. But if Vasilevsky was playing and the Tampa had a back-to-back, that would have surprised me. But who is this guest, Terry? I don't know.
Some random guy.
Houston Astros fan. That's all I know. Okay. I won't get anything started there. Texas Stars are pretty decent. Yeah, they definitely were last year. And we will get into that. But we're going to jump into the NHL slate here. Robert, my parlay hit last night. Devils money line Vegas minus 1.5 plus 180. Very nice. Very nice. Mixed bag for me yesterday. It was very close to cashing Marco Rossi plus 470. But of course, Marcus Foligno was a little bit offside. And there you go. That was gone. So that's the way she goes. I'm getting used to it. Me and Nick were on a college football game.
That was brutal.
Hail Mary with 2 seconds left. But then again, our team was losing until 20 seconds left. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But we'll move on. But we'll jump into today's slate and start here with the first game. And I will take Nick out here while I go over the odds. And in our first game, which is Arizona Coyotes and the New Jersey Devils, Arizona plus 200 to plus 205. New Jersey minus 225 to minus 250. You can get Arizona plus 1.5, minus 120 to minus 117. Devils minus 1.5, plus 100, plus 106. And then 6.5 when it comes to the total here in this one. And oops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to bring Nick back in, but I guess I'll go over my play first.
I wonder what your play is.
Yeah, I wonder what my play is, but no, it'll work out better if I bring you in after. But over 6.5, minus 115 in this game. Of course, New Jersey was the only team to hit the over 6.5 yesterday in their first game of the season, and the Devils did not play their best yesterday. There definitely could have been more scoring for the Devils. If this was a few months down the line, I think they would have definitely won that game and covered the puck line, but unfortunately they did not. Now they're coming in here to play the Arizona Coyotes, and if you watch the Arizona Coyotes season preview show, I like this Arizona Coyotes offense. This team has really improved their offense. They have a young rookie Logan Cooley coming up here. Of course, his point props are not available. You can get him anytime goal at plus, I think, 410 or 430, which I will end up sprinkling on if his point props are not made available later on. Yesterday with Fantilli, it was only his goal prop when I did the show, and then later on, his point prop was available. So after the show, check your book before game time. And if you do see Logan Cooley point prop, bet it because I expect a big night from him, and I expect goals on both sides in this one. Um, as I said, I like the way Arizona's improved their offense. Um, Vejmelka, the issue with him is sometimes he can stand on his head at times. So he could kill an over, but he is a really tough opponent in the New Jersey Devils to try to do that. So I like the over 6.5 in this one. Nick, welcome back. A long time no see. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Coyotes, New Jersey Devils. What do you think in this game?
Yeah, and I was looking at it here. I saw a stat on Twitter too. Since 2010, teams that are playing their second game, who already have a game underneath their belt, versus a team that hasn't played a game, you would think that would be a positive thing, already being in the hockey mode, or where it hasn't been. Despite having an average line of minus 107, those teams playing their second game versus the team playing their first are only hitting at 40%, which is kind of surprising there. I took a shot here with the Arizona Coyotes at plus 208. I think they're very live in this game. I also took a little team total over 2.5 with them as well. I do think this Arizona offense is going to be good this year. I think they can put up goals. I like that over 6.5 as well. I did play that last night at minus 115. I believe that's up to a minus 120 or something along those lines now. And I actually took a prop in this game too. And I don't take many props very often. But it's actually a little different than when Terry takes props, because you like to focus on goal scorers and points and stuff like that. I think if you see me playing props this year, it's goalie saves. And I think one player you're going to see me play a lot of is Karel Vejmelka, because this Arizona Coyotes team was one of the top teams last year at giving up shots on goal. They were giving up over 30 shots a goal per game. And yes, and the Devils were one of the top teams when it came to shots on goal last year. And I think they're going to be able to put up their fair share of shots on goal. I got over 29.5 saves with Karel Vejmelka. I threw a small bet on that. Vejmelka is going to be one of those guys where you're going to see him on my card a lot for saves. So I do like his over save prop. I like the Arizona Coyotes in this game as well.
Yes, Dumbo was one of the Coyotes' big additions here in the offseason. And
Definitely helped them
I'm
improve.
going to hold off on saying that he's going to play like he did in Minnesota. You never know. Sometimes when a guy gets a fresh start, and with Dumba, he's been involved in trade rumors for like
Must be
8
nice for
years.
him not to be involved in trade rumors this year.
Yeah, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. He's only on a 1-year deal with Arizona, and if the Yotes, he could very, very well, him and Jason Zucker both could very well get traded at the deadline. If the Yotes are smart, you do. If you can trade Dumba to somebody, you get something back. But yes, I want to see what Dumba does. I'm very interested to see what he does. But he in Minnesota was very, very bad with turnovers. And if you turn over the puck to this New Jersey Devils team, it's going to be a long night. So I like the over 6.5 for sure. Cooley Point is available at Bet Online. Well, there you go. Nick, you have access to something I don't, which is shocking.
Cooley Point? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't hate that at all. Cooley, I think, is somebody who we can look at. If you don't like Bedard for Calder, is somebody you can look at him. And I like Matthew Nyes as my 2 picks.
And if you like the Coyotes tonight, which you do, Nick, you should be on this right here.
Yeah,
plus 125 to get a
point.
point.
Focus on point props too, but I
know. It's not your thing, but anytime goal is plus 350. I will take the point if I can find the point somewhere. 100%. A point plus 125. He's on the second line. 100% take it. Double will try too much. We've seen this probably in his first game, especially. He'll probably try to do too much. Devils money line. Yeah, I do think the Devils win this game by 1. I think it's a close game. I would not be shocked if we see the same score as yesterday, a 4-3 final here, with the Devils winning by 1. So I'm stuck in it when it comes to a side Was really leaning with Yotes plus 1.5. Slap shots. Yes, Dumba does have a good slap shot. Zucker, they are trying to be the Wild. Yes, they are. They have Nick Bjugstad as well. So Arizona is trying to become the Minnesota Wild. So,
So a good, not great team. That makes sense. It's better than where they are now. Sorry.
Hey, they're trying to make the playoffs. So Minnesota's able to do that. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll go on to the second game here. I will take Nick out again, and we'll bring up the odds. Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals here in this game. Of course, Arizona and Washington are both playing their first games of the season, and I believe that leaves only one team tomorrow. Nick's favorite team, the Islanders, that have not played a game yet, unless there is someone else I'm forgetting. I think Anaheim. Anaheim has not played yet either. So we'll have to see what happens there with that. But in this game here, Washington playing their first game of the season, and it's against the Pittsburgh Penguins, which has been a big division rival. Both of these teams have been big division rivals for a long time. You can get Pittsburgh minus 120 pretty much everywhere. Washington plus 100 pretty much everywhere. Plus 109 at Pinnacle. Puck line Pittsburgh is plus 200, 6.5s when it comes to this game. And even though you're getting a nice price on either side or either total, I am really torn in this game when it comes to a side or total perspective. And I want to call you. I'm going to call you IceX, even though you're a Dust Freeze now. I'm still going to call you IceX, but you did mention earlier that you like the draws, and I would not be shocked whatsoever to see you cash one or even both of the draws. In this game, these two teams have definitely gone to overtime in the past. But for me, in this game, I am taking Sid the Kid to get an assist, a minus 110. Sidney Crosby loves playing against the Washington Capitals. In 67 career games, he has 86 points, so over a point per game player. 58 assists in those 67 games against the Capitals, and I think it's not too much to ask here for Sid the Kid to get an assist at minus 110 in this one. Nick, Pittsburgh Penguins, Washington Capitals. What do you think in this game?
Man,
I know you're not high on either one of these teams.
No,
So.
that was exactly going to be my first sentence. Is these are two bet against teams before bet on teams for me. I think the Pittsburgh Penguins. We didn't get it in the first game, but I think this is going to be an over team. Their defense and their goaltending sucks. I don't know what people see in Tristan Jarry. I just don't see it. And I think that this is going to be a great team to take team total overs against. I cashed it with the with the Chicago Blackhawks in the first game. And I'm going to go right back to the well with this one here. I'm on the over 6.5 at minus 105, but I'm on the Washington Capitals team total over 3.5 at plus 130. And I see this as a Pittsburgh team that is going to struggle. This team is the oldest team in hockey by far, and this is the year they fall apart. Like, I put out a tweet, and I got a lot of hate for it, saying that after their loss against the Blackhawks, saying, is there a more overrated team in hockey than the Penguins? And people call me an overreaction. I've been saying this all off season.
That was me. That was me who he's talking about. The person. I was one of
the people who said that was an overreaction as well. I've been saying this all off season. This Penguins team is old, and they struggled defensively last year. And the only thing they did to help improve their defense, was bring on a glorified forward in Erik Karlsson. He's a defensive liability that'll help your power play. You don't need help scoring more goals. Penguins can do that. They can still score. This is why I like the overs in their games. But they're going to give up a lot of goals because they have defensive liabilities on the blue line, and Tristan Jarry is not as good as people think he is. So I'm back on the fading the Penguins with team total overs. And I'm going to be right back on that tomorrow with the Flames tomorrow as well. Their team total over, the full game over against Pittsburgh, especially when we get Nedeljkovic in net. I'm going to.
You already know that I'm not. I will leave that for tomorrow's show. But
you're going to be on
the heavy past history stat with that game, which we'll get to. Really heavy, and I'll just say it now. The last 6 meetings between the teams have gone under 5.5.
Oh,
So they've been
wow. Okay.
extremely low scoring games, including some shutouts. It has not been.
Hmm.
But Nedeljkovic was not there during that time. So
Yeah.
I
There's
love my past history stats, but of course, new goalies definitely teams do change. And this Pittsburgh
yeah.
team, I know you're not high on them, Nick, but they did do a lot of movement. They moved out a lot of guys and they brought new guys in. So I'm not ready to say myself that they're going to be an extreme over team yet because Tristan Jarry, even though he wasn't that good last year, he has shown in his career at times that he can be very good. So goalies are weird where sometimes one year they're good, one year they're not. So I'm pumping the brakes before I make any statements myself with this Pittsburgh team. But I hate to agree with you because usually I try
But yeah,
not to.
this Penguin, I'm going to be hard pressed to find spots to actually back this Penguins team this year. I think that they're an overrated team this year, and there's going to be value betting against them.
Not to agree with you because I try not to most of the time, but no, I'm kidding. But Washington Capitals team total over. Washington is healthy, and
Yes.
that's why Washington was higher in my power rankings than I think everyone else is. Not that higher, not that much higher, but this Washington Capitals team is healthy this year, and we're going to see improvement from them, in my opinion. But Darcy Kemper, his wife just had a baby yesterday, so he is likely not starting this game, which
Who's Lindgren
puts,
then?
yeah, it'll be
I
Lindgren,
like
who's likely.
Lindgren. I'm fine with Lindgren, actually.
So,
He's
yeah,
not
that kind of makes this game even more of a question mark and even more of a pass for me, except for Crosby assist. I like Crosby
so
assist in this
so
one.
so real quick. If Darcy Kemper's wife just had a kid, the next time he starts, bet him to get a shutout. New dad power.
There you go. There you go. Washington has screwed so many bets for me.
Yep.
Yeah, they were bad last year, but they were heavily injured last year. So
Yeah, that they
I'm
were.
not saying they're a bet on team, but I'm going to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt to start the season. Sabres draw. I'll definitely be discussing that game.
I
Not
hope not.
too
That'd be
much.
Isles minus one.
Buffalo is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings between the teams, so I'll just throw that out there. Washington has 3 good centers. Yes,
Yeah,
but
man, coach is in depth.
one
Yeah.
wants out. One wants out. Kuznetsov. I don't know if he still wants his trade, but
I
yeah,
mean,
Washington
that was
offensively is fine.
oh, the ice
Offensively
is
is
not
fine,
happening. Yeah, Backstrom, Kuznetsov, Strom, and Dowd. That's a good center ice depth.
but as Robert says, isn't in his next comment, Washington D is not that great.
No, it's
So
not.
their offense is better, but their defense is not that great. IceX likes Flames -1.5
Tomorrow.
against
I like
Pittsburgh
that.
tomorrow.
Yeah. They're dogs.
The Flames are a team that I'm much higher on than a lot of other people. So this year, and of course they didn't add anything in the offseason really at all, and they got rid of Toffoli. But every player that was on the team
Well,
had a bad year because of the coach, and now
I was
every
going to say
player is going to step
yeah.
up a little bit. So it's
Uh,
basically like you're adding a couple guys because, in my opinion, everyone's going to take a step forward this year.
yeah, I was going to say that with the Flames, it was addition by subtraction, getting rid of Daryl Sutter. And by the way, to touch on this comment here, if I had to choose, I would be on the Pens because they've already played a game. Since 2010, teams that have already played a game versus teams who have not are only hitting at 40%. So this angle is not a legitimate angle right now.
There you go. I'm not getting, like I said, Crosby assist is all that I'm getting to in this game. And that is it. That is the small Friday slate, of course, with only 2 games. Make sure to give myself a follow, give Nick a follow. Stay tuned to the channel because I will be going through 3 AHL games after this. And then later tonight, we'll be posting a pre recorded video of tomorrow's games, of going over tomorrow's slate. And if you are interested in player props for tomorrow, of course, they're not out until tomorrow morning. Leave a message on the YouTube show or send me a message on Twitter, and I'll be happy to send you my player props for tomorrow. But that is today's show. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you on the AHL show here shortly.